Yeah, today we can see advanced concepts of Java. In advanced concept, first we can see the JDBC. JDBC is Java database connectivity. Using Java program, we can interact with the database. Now, what is a database? Database is a software where we can store the information of the applications. Take example of Google application Gmail. See, first, if we want to register the Gmail, we have to go to the Gmail website. There we have to register the Gmail. Whenever we are registering the Gmail, we have to give our details of the person. Like we have to give our person name, first name, last name, and surname, and give the mobile number, and give the address where you are, and whatever information we are entering into the Google form and submitting. Whenever we submit, the data is stored into one database, Google database. In the database, they are storing our information. When we go and log into the Google, they can see in the database. If your record is there, then they are allowing to the Google account. So the main importance of database is software to store the information of entities. Entities means records. So now using Java program, how to interact with the database? By using JDBC, we can interact with the database using Java program. Now, first, whatever the prerequisites required to learn the JDBC, what all needed for the JDBC programming learning means, first we have to install our database, any one of the database. Coming to the databases, we have multiple databases. There, MySQL is one database and Oracle is one database. Similarly, we have different kind of databases also. So we can see Oracle database. First, we can install the Oracle database, and we can what are needed for our software development using Java program. We can see what are needed for the database related concepts. After installing and running the database concept, then we can go to the JDBC, how to write a program to interact with the database. Now, how to install the Oracle database? To install the Oracle database, go to oracle.com, go to the products. In the products, we can see the database. In the database, we can see the Oracle. If you go to that, then we will get this place. Free Oracle database for everyone. Just download the Oracle database. In my system, already I have downloaded. I downloaded the software. It is in the desktop. This is the software. Once we download that, we'll get the software of Oracle XE universe.exe. For Windows, we will get the exe file. If you double click on it, we just here double click and install this. While installing this, I'm not showing how to install this. You have to try how to install this. Just try this. Double click on this. Go to next and next. In between, it will ask what password to set the password for the default database. So I set the password for my default database. Now you have to remember what is the password you are giving while installing. Just install the software. After installing, we'll get the get started with Oracle icon in your window like home page. So if you want to launch that, just double click on that. It will launch in the whatever documentation in the software. Whenever you install the software, we'll get some documentation. The documentation page it will open. So now see Oracle database. Once I install, if you want to create any tables and updating tables, inserting data to the table, updating table, we have to open the client. Once we install, we'll get one URL. We have to remember this URL. Okay. After installing software, by default, our software is having some port. Default port is 8080. Just remember this URL. Just go to that URL up to here, APX. After installing, we have to go to here. Now it will show the Oracle database login page. In the login, whenever we install the software, by default, we'll get some database. That database is we are giving the password, username, password. So I'll take the username. Username is system by default. Default username is system. The password which I give, I'm entering here. I give same name as password. Now login. Now I install the software. After installing software, we have to go to 127.0.0.1:8080 APX. That is the default URL for the Oracle software. So just go to this URL, give the password, whatever password you have given. Default username is system. After you installing, default system name is system. So now we install the software of the Oracle. See, whatever we are interacting with the database, that language should be structured query language, SQL. Whatever we are doing inside the database, it should be the SQL language. By default, in any company, DB developers are there. They will take care of creating tables. They will take care of if any big queries are there. Like we are writing the queries to get the data, update the data, inserting the data. So they will give the queries to us. But we have to understand, as a Java developer, we have to understand the basic queries of a database. Now let's see. See, now we have seen the class. We have created so many classes. Class means, for example, we have a person class. If you want to store the person information in the database, for person class, we have to create the person table. Inside a class, person class, I have int ID and string name and is having age, integer age. So inside database also, we can create a table. For person class, we are creating the table, and inside a table, we have columns. For ID column, we have ID. For ID attribute, we have ID column. For name attribute, we have name column. For age attribute, we have age column. So let's create a table. How to create a table inside the database? Now we are learning the structured query language, SQL commands, basic commands. We don't need of much, but we learn basic commands. For creating any table, create table. I'm just creating table test3. When we're creating a table, what all columns we need? We have to provide in the test3 table brackets. Now inside test3, I am creating column 1. For string data type, in Java, for string type, we have to give the varchar in the SQL. Varchar of size is 10. Now, whenever we are entering the data into the column 1, we have to give the size of 10 only. If you give 100 here, you can give up to the 100. After that, if you give more than 100, it will give error. See, every language is having some syntaxes. We have to learn the basic syntaxes. Now, for test3 table, I am adding one more column. Column 2, varchar of 10. Closing bracket. Now I give the then semicolon. Now this is a syntax for creating table. Create table test3. First column is column name is column 1 and the data type is varchar. Second column is column 2. Same data type I am using, varchar of 10. Now I will go and create the table. Run. Table is created. Now we have seen how to create a table. If you want to create a table with the 10 columns, you can create table with the 10 columns. But for string type, we can use varchar. For integer type, we can use number. Similar to that, we can give number. Now, how to insert the data to the table, test3 table? We have SQL command insert into test3. We can give values. I'm just inserting first column is ABC, second column is XYZ. I'm just inserting data into the test3 table, ABC, XYZ. So I just selected it. I'm just running this. Now it is telling error, missing values keyword. Whatever data we are inserting into the test3 table, the syntax is missing here. We have to give values. Insert into test3 values. Values are these two values. I just missed that, so it is giving error. Now one more error, column not allowed here. Okay. We should not give space, I think. Insert into test3 values. whatever values we are providing, that is not should not be in the double quotes. We have to give in the single quotes in case of SQL. So inserting into test3 values are ABC XYZ. I just inserted one row into the test3 table. I want to insert one more row. Insert into test3 values test and 1, 2, 3. If you give double quotes, it's giving error. So we have to use a single quotes in case of SQL. I'm just running this. Now one more row is inserted. Now we have seen how to insert the data into the table. By using insert command, we can insert the data into the any table. Insert into test3 values. First we have to give the keywords insert into. After that we have to give the table name. And we have to give the values keyword. After values keyword, we can enter the whatever columns we want to insert. Now, how to read the data from the table? Select star from test3. See, we are just selecting the data from the test3. Select star from test3. It will give the all the records of the test3 table. Now we have 2 records because we inserted 2 records. So now if you see, column 1 is ABC test, column 2 is XYZ and 1, 2, 3. In the results we can see. Now we have seen how to create a table, how to insert the data into the table, and how to read the data from the table. Now if you want to read the only one column, how to read the only one column? Select column 1 from test3. See, now I want to read only one column. Here in the results we can see only one column. You want to read both columns, column 1 comma column 2. If you give select star from test3, it will give the all columns. Select all the columns names we can give, and from test3 you can give in this way also. Now we have seen how to create a table, how to insert the data into the table, how to read the data from the table. Now I want to update the first record. How to update the record? Update test3 table. Set column 1 equal to test 1, 2, 3, where column 2 equal to XYZ. See, now I want to update the first record. In the first record, column 1 is ABC and column 2 is XYZ. Now, wherever column 2 is XYZ, I want to update that column 1 value as a test 1, 2, 3. Update test 3. Set column 1 equal to test 1, 2, 3, where column 2 equal to XYZ. Now, when we go and update this, one row is updated. Now, again, let's go and run this. It should be updated with the test 1, 2, 3. I'm just getting all the data. Now, if you see in the column 1, test 1, 2, 3, it's updated. Now we have seen how to create the table, how to insert the data, how to read the data. By calling select command, we can read the data, and how to update the records. Now we can see how to delete the records from the table. Delete from test 3, where column 2 equal to XYZ. First, I want to delete the only one record based on the column 2. Delete from test 3 where column 2 equal to XYZ. I want to delete only one record. So one record is deleted. Now if you go and query the select query, it will give only one record. You can see only one record. Now I want to insert one more time. I want to delete all the records. How you can delete? To delete all the records, delete star from test 3. If you delete star from test 3, whatever data inside the table, you delete the entire data. Now we have two records. We go and query how many records are there. We have two records. Let's go and query this. We have two records. Now if you call this delete star from test 3, all the records will delete. All the data will delete. Invalid table name. Delete star from test 3. Okay. We should not do give delete star from test 3. Delete from test 3. All the records will delete. Star is not required. Because delete command itself, it will take care of deleting all the records. Now if you go and query the select all the records, it will give no records found, no data found in the table. If you want to delete the table and delete the data inside the table. Now if you want to run both queries, you can run. Okay. You have to run one by one. Now I run first command, one row is inserted. Now I'll run one more command. See, if you want to run all the query, all the commands at a time, we can't run. Now I want to delete entire table. How to delete entire table? We have a command drop test 3. It will delete the table. First it will delete all the records of the table, and it will delete the entire table itself. Drop to table means everything is gone. Okay, drop option is gone. Drop the syntax ABL. Drop table test 3. Drop table test 3, it will drop the table. Now if you go and select the table itself not there, we'll get the error of table not found. Now we have seen how to create a table, how to insert the data to the table, how to select the data from the table, how to update the record in the table, how to delete the single record, how to delete the entire all the records, all the data, and how to delete the table and data, everything. This all SQL commands we have seen. All these are basics. That much is enough to go with the. For now, we can proceed with our JDK development. Using Java program, we have to do all these commands. Now I want to create a table using Java program. How to create a table? Now I want to insert the data to the table. How to insert the data to the table using our Java program? That is using the JDBC. Now let's go. Now this database installation. After database installation, log into the database by using this URL and just create the table. But creating table we are not doing using Java program, but we can see how to create the table also. But creating tables, everything is done by the database DB developers. Now we have to just interact with the table, insert the data to the table, update the data to the table, read the data from the table. That is we are doing from our Java program, Java JDK in any projects. Now let's go to our Eclipse. See, I have created JDBC playground. Inside that, I have program 1. See, to interact with the database, we have from few steps we have to remember. How to interact with the database using JDBC. JDBC means Java Database Connectivity. Here in JDBC, we have different kind of drivers. If you want to interact with the database, we need to use the driver. Different kind of drivers means we have 4 types of drivers. In Oracle to interact with the database. Using JDBC. Here type 1, 2, 3. These are majorly nobody is using type 1, type 2, type 3. Everybody use type 4 driver. Now in this our examples, we are using type 4 driver to interact with the JDBC, to interact with the database. How to use the type 4 driver we can see in this program. Drivers means type 4 driver. What all steps we have to do to interact with the database using JDBC program. The first step is first we have to load the driver class, type 4 driver class. We have class.forName. By using class.forName, we can load the type 4 driver class. The driver class is oracle.jdbc.driver.oracle driver. Loading a class means inside a Oracle driver class, we'll get some default features to interact with the database. To get those features, first we have to load this class. This class is already developed by the JDBC developers. Inside the JDBC, we have a jar. Inside the jar, we have this class, Oracle driver class. To use this type 4 driver, we have to set the environment variable to our project. If this is a Java project, so we have to set the environment variable. This is very important. How to set the environment variable? Just go to the project, right click, go to the properties, Java build path. Here, I just use this one, OJDBC 14.jar. This is a jar which will give the Oracle driver class. Inside this jar, we have the Oracle driver class. So we are just importing this one. Now I will just go on the if you go to Java build path, go to the projects and go to the libraries. Here in the libraries, we have to add the external jar. See, this whole JDBC 14.jar is coming from the Oracle. Whenever we are installing the Oracle, whenever you install any software, for Oracle software, this is a jar which we use for the loading our driver class. For a MySQL database, once we install the software, that is having different class. That class we have to class.forName of that driver class we have to load. First step is load the driver class for any database. to interact with the database. So to load that class name, when compiling, this is fine. Compilation is fine. Whenever we are running this, if we are not adding the external this jar is from the Oracle software. Oracle is a third party. So inside of Oracle, we have to add the external jar, which jar is providing the driver class. So I'm just adding that jar. Add external jars. This is from whenever I install the software, this is installing in the C drive. C Oracle exe. Inside Oracle exe, you inside app, Oracle product 10.2.0 server JDBC lib. In this location, we have the or JDBC OJDBC 14.jar. Now let's go and delete this. We have to remember this. For every software, whenever we install Oracle, the jar is in the same location always. Now this is my software inside C drive. When we install it, we'll go to this Oracle exe. Now go to the application, Oracle product 10.2.0. Go to the server, JDBC lib OJDBC 14.jar. Now we have to open this jar. Now this jar is open. After opening and apply and close. Now we are telling to the compiler, this class is oracle.jdbc.driver.oracle driver class is from the OJDBC 14.jar. Now this, for example, I have created a project of test. Previously we have created application 1, application 2, so many projects we have created. If you want to use the application 1 class in the application 2, just create the application 1 as a jar file, give that jar file in the build path. So that we can use that classes inside application 1 in the application 2. If you want to use directly, we can't use. If you create a jar file and provide that, we can use that. That we can, I'll show you in the jar file creation. I'll show you how to create after this explanation. Now, first step is loading the driver class. This class is this is coming from the OJDBC 14.jar, that is from the Oracle installation. After loading the driver class, second step is we have to create a connection object. How to create a connection object? For the type 4 driver, to create a connection object, we have to provide the three arguments. First argument is URL. Second argument is username. Third argument is password for the Oracle login. So for Oracle also we have the one URL. To access to the type 4 driver, we have one URL and we have the username, we have the password. We have seen the URL of 127. This is a different URL. To access this client, to run our commands, this is the URL 127. This URL. But to interact with using Java code to interact with our database, we have different URL. This is the URL JDBC : Oracle : thin : @localhost 1521:exe. Using this URL, we can interact with our database. Now inside this URL, everything is having some meaning. The last one, exe, this is a database name. See, in your projects, if you have any database, different database, if you create, if you are working on 2 projects, for every project we have different database. For project 1, database is project DB1. For project 2, database is project DB2. Something like that. Default, whenever we install our software, we'll get the default database is exe. That is the database name, last one. And this is a client port. Default port for Oracle database is 1521. And here we are giving the local host. Inside my system only, I install the software. So this is the local host. If you install your Oracle in the any virtual machine, anywhere in the other systems, so we have to give the different host here. Now we have to give the host and we have to give the port. Default port is 1521 in my system. And last one is a database. And this is some package, JDBC Oracle thin. We are using the fourth type of JDBC driver. So for that, this is a package JDBC Oracle thin. Now this is a URL. To getting the connection, driver manager.get connection. This method is taking 3 arguments. First argument is URL. Second argument is username for the database. And the third argument is password for the database. Now I just created a connection object. This connection object will provide the connection to the database by using the URL, username and password. This is the second step, creating the connection object. And create the statement object. By using connection.create statement, we'll get object is created for the statement. Now statement object is created. Using statement object, we can execute our query. Using statement object, we can execute our query. Now in this example, what I am doing is, now how to read the data from the database. Select star from test. Now I am going to read the data from the test table. Now if you go and see, test table is there or not. Test table is already created. Select star from inside my test table. We have 2 records. So test table is there. Now third step is creating statement object. After creating statement object using the connection object. Everything is dependent. First connection object. Second step. We can't do second step, third. After creating connection object, by using connection object, we are creating create statement and creating the statement object. After creating statement object, we have to call the execute query. Whenever we are executing the query is the SQL query. Select star from test. What we are running in the database. The same query we are executing using Java code. Java code is it is from the statement object. Statement.execute query. This will give the result set. Result set means it is also a type of iterating the data inside the database. Result set dot next. First it will check it's having the first record. If record is there, it will give the true. Then it will come inside. Result set dot get string of 1. Result set dot get string of 2. Inside my test table, 2 columns are string types. String types means varchar. So it is just getting the data of string type. Result set dot get string of 1. Result set dot get string of 2. So we are reading the string data from the table, and again it will go to the loop. Result set dot next of if second record is a true, then it will print the second record. And third time that it is calling as a result set dot next of third record. If third record is not there, because record is not there, it is having only 2 records inside my table. So there we'll get the false. If it is giving the false, it will come outside from the while loop. This while loop is executing until the records are exist in the table. If records are completed in the table, then it will come out of the while loop. After it is coming out, we're just closing the connection object. Similarly, we have to close the statement object. We have to close the result set also. Now we are closing only connection object here. Now, how to read the data from the database using Java program. We have seen in this program. Now, what all steps we have to follow to interact with the database? First step is, these all steps are very important. Register the driver class. Based on database. For Oracle database, driver class is Oracle dot JDBC dot driver dot Oracle driver. This is the first step. Register the driver class based on the database. For Oracle database, this is the driver class. And create connection object. Create connection object. We need here URL, username, and password for database. For Oracle, MySQL, any database, we need URL, username, and password to creating connection object. Third one, create statement. Create statement object. By calling create statement object,